Welcome back, students. Today we are going to discuss part 9 of Unit 9, that is Application of Biology. Disclaimer: the images used in our slides are for education purpose only. We respect intellectual property right of the original creator and owner of these images. If you are the owner of any of the images used in this PPT, have any concern, any issue, please contact us at sathi@iitk.ac.in and we shall remove the image. Index: in this video lecture, we are mainly going to discuss about cancer type, what are the causes, diagnostics and treatment. And second topic which we are going to discuss is mental health. Okay, so let's begin. Cancer: major type, causes, diagnosis and treatment. So you know this very well that this cancer is one of the most dangerous disease. Okay, and it is a major cause of death all over the globe these days. More than a million Indians suffer from cancer, and large number of them die from because of this disease annually. So it is a very serious issue and a serious type of disease. Okay, so let's discuss why cancer happened in someone's body, what are the causative agent, how we can diagnose it, and what are the type of treatment. Okay, so as you know that in our body, cells, so many cells are present. They grow and differentiate in a very controlled way, and in a very regulated way normally. But in cancerous cell, what happened that these cancerous cell actually break down this regulations, means this regulatory mechanism. Normally a normal cell have a property which is known as contact inhibition, and because of this property, normal cell inhibit other cells growth, uncontrolled growth of other nearby cells, and this is known as contact inhibition. Okay, in a normal type of cell in our body, cell grow, differentiate in a controlled way, in a very regulated way. But this cancer cell actually don't follow this controlled way and regulations of the body. Okay, as already I told you, a normal cell show a property known as contact inhibition, by virtue of which when this normal cell contact with the other cell, it inhibit their uncontrolled growth. So all the cells grow in an appropriate size only, for an appropriate time only, and after that they just remove and then new cell come. Okay, so this is a normal process of our cell. But in cancerous cells, what happened, these cancer cells actually lost this contact inhibition property. Okay, cancer cells appear to have lost this property, as a result of which cancerous cells show uncontrolled growth, means they continue to divide and give rise to a mass of cell, and that continuous dividing type of cell and that mass of cell is known as that time tumor. What we can use a term tumor for the same. Okay, so when a normal cell convert itself into a type of cell which don't have a control for their division property, okay, or when they lost this property contact inhibition, that time what will happen, they divide in a uncontrolled way and develop a mass of cell which is known as tumor. We can classify tumor into two different types. First type is benign tumor, another type is malignant tumor. Okay, so what is the difference between these two, benign tumor and malignant tumor? Benign tumor actually remain confined to their original location, and do not spread from one part of the body to another part. Okay, so that's why it cause very little damage to the body, as it is confined in that particular location. While this malignant tumor are the mass of proliferating cells which migrate from its original location to other parts also of the body. That's why it is written over here that malignant tumor are the masses of proliferating cells called neoplastic or tumor cells. Okay, this is the picture. As you can see, this is a picture of benign tumor and this picture belongs to a malignant tumor. As you can see, in benign tumor cell confined itself in a particular location. Okay, while in this picture, they migrate from other parts also. Okay, and this malignant tumor cells grow very rapidly and invading and damaging their surrounding tissue as also, as you can see in this particular picture. Okay, so they grow very rapidly and damage their surrounding tissue. Okay, so two type of tumor, benign tumor and malignant tumor. Okay, so as these cells actively divide, which one? This malignant one, and grow, they also starve the normal cell by competing them for vital nutrients, because they have the potential to continuously dividing, right? So if they divide continuously, they also need nutrition for their function. So they starve the normal cell. So normal cell functioning also affect because of this thing. Okay. Now next term, which is also related with this particular topic, is metastasis. What is metastasis? Metastasis is the spread of cancer cell from the place where they first form to the another part of the body. Okay, these cancer cell actually break away from the original location, or we can say primary tumor place, and travel through blood or lymph nodes to other parts of the body and form a new tumor in other organ or other tissue of the body. As you can see in this particular picture, this is the primary location of cancer, primary cancer. When this tissue or cells move from this side to other parts of the body, like in liver or lung, with through blood or through lymph nodes, then they can, also develop tumor from apart from this place, means intestine. They can also have the capability to form a new tumor in these organs or these type other parts of the body, like in this case in liver and lungs. Okay, and how they migrate, like this is a primary location. Here it is mentioned primary cancer. They can migrate through blood or through lymph nodes. Okay, so overall, what is the definition of metastasis? Spread of cancer cells from the place where they first form to another part of the body and form a new tumor in other part of the body. Okay, is known as metastasis. Now let's discuss the causes of cancer. Okay, as you can see, these are the causative agents like alcohol, tobacco smoking, excess body weight, sometimes genetics, sun exposure, radiation, unhealthy food, and with aging. So these all factors consider a cause of cancer or risk factor, we can say risk factor, right? So transformation of a normal cell into cancerous neoplastic cells may be due to three different agents, because of three different reasons. First one is physical reason, then chemical reason, and biological agents. Okay, and these biological agents are, we can use the term carcinogens for the same. These agents maybe we can categorize into two different category: ionizing radiation and non-ionizing radiation. Ionizing radiation, X-ray and gamma ray, these are the examples. Non-ionizing, UV rays. And UV rays cause a serious DNA damage and leading to neoplastic transformation. Okay, so these are the causes. Chemical carcinogens are also present in tobacco, smoke, and this one is also identified as a major cause of lung cancer. Smoking, right? Sometimes a kind of virus is also responsible for cancer, and these viruses are known as oncogenic virus. They have genes for this, they have the property to generate cancer. Okay, and the genes responsible for this is known as viral oncogenes. Although several genes called cellular oncogenes, or we can use the term proto-oncogenes, these are also present in the normal cells of any individual. These are normally present just like other cells, but suddenly because of the any agent, because of the presence of any factor, physical, biological or chemical, these factors or these genes get activated under certain conditions which already we have discussed. Okay, and lead to oncogenic transformation of that particular cell, normal to cancerous cell. Okay, now cancer detection and diagnosis. Early detection of cancer is essential as it allows disease to be treated successfully in many cases. Okay, but late detection is comparatively serious one. Okay, and we can detect cancer via biopsy and histopathology. In biopsy, what is biopsy? In biopsy, a piece of suspected tissue cut into a thin section and stained and examined under microscope. Okay, for its histopathological studies by a pathologist. Okay, these are some techniques with which we can analyze the size of cancer, we can say three-dimensional structure, how big is the size of that particular cancer in a particular location, right? So these are certain techniques like CT scan, MRI, and radiography. Okay, like radiography, in radiography, X-ray, use of X-ray occur. CT CT scan is known as computed tomography. MRI, in MRI, magnetic resonance of imaging occur. And these are the useful techniques to detect cancer of the internal organ. Okay, so already I told you in CT scan, this X-ray is used to generate 3D shape, three-dimensional structure of the internal of an object, so that doctor can analyze the size, okay, of that organ, if there is any changes or not, or whatever their specialization, okay, accordingly. Similarly, MRI use a strong magnetic field and non-ionizing radiation. And this with the help of MRI, and doctor can accurately detect pathological and physiological changes. Pathological and physiological changes in the living tissue. Okay. Similarly, with the help of antibody also, antibody against cancer-specific antigen are also used for detection of certain kind of cancer. Okay, so these are the techniques. Sometimes these days techniques of molecular biology can also be applied to detect genes in individuals with inherited susceptibility of certain kind of cancer. Okay, if we want to detect, is there any possibility if if there is a cancer history in some families, then at a very early stage one can detect genes, whether these genes are present in an individual or not, like this. Okay, so such individuals which are having this type of probability, those individual may be advised to avoid exposures or certain kind of um, agents which trigger those genes. Okay, so doctors advise them to avoid exposure of to particular kind of carcinogen, which they are susceptible to, like tobacco, chewing, smoking, है ना? So these type of things. Clear? Now let's discuss treatment of cancer. So treatment of cancer occur with the help of various level. Means first is surgery, one of the treatment type, radiation therapy and immunotherapy. Okay, in radiotherapy, what happened? Tumor cell are irradiated lethally and taking proper care of the normal tissue surrounding the tumor mass. Okay, so in radiotherapy, tumor cell are irradiated lethally, and with the help of chemotherapeutic drugs, doctor when use a chemotherapeutic drugs, these drugs are mainly used to kill cancerous cells. Okay, some of these are specific for some particular type of cancer. Majority of drugs have side effects also, which are very popularly used for the treatment of cancer. What kind of side effects? Like hair loss, like anemia. Okay, most cancer are treated by the combination all three type of therapy type, like surgery, radiotherapy and chemotherapy. Okay, tumor cell have been shown to avoid detection and destruction by immune system. Okay, therefore patient are given substance called biological response modifier, means interferons, which activate their immune system and help in destroying the tumor. Okay, so this is all about the topic related to cancer. Now let's discuss mental health. So what is mental health? The World Health Organization or WHO define mental health as a state of mental well-being that enable people to cope with the stress of life, realize their abilities, learn well, work well, and contribute to their society. Okay, and this mental health is an integrated part of our health. It is more than the absence of mental illness. It is the foundation of well-being and effective functioning of an individual. Okay, mental disorder are now among top leading cause of health burden worldwide. So it is a very serious issue these days, with no evidence of global reduction since 1990. Okay, so it is a serious issue. Okay, so what are those factors which affect mental health? There are certain kind of factors like biological factor, physiological factor, environmental factor. Okay, so biological factor likes genetics. Some maybe a family history of mental health disorder can increase the risk. Sometimes physical health like chronic illness, if someone is suffering with some kind of chronic illness or a neurological condition, it also impact his mental well-being. So these are the points comes under biological factor category. Sometimes psychological factors like early life experience, means some kind of trauma, abuse, neglect during their childhood can contribute to mental health issue. Sometimes personality trait, means certain personalities characteristics may take individual more susceptible to mental health challenges. Environmental factor like socio-economic status, like poverty, like unemployment, like financial stress, they also affect mental well-being of an individual. Social support, strong social connection and supportive network can buffer against mental health problem. So social support act as a important factors with the help of which one can cope up with this type of problems. Okay, exposure to trauma means if someone experiencing some kind of violence, accident, natural disaster, so these may act as a trigger point or trigger their mental well-being of any individual. Okay, access to healthcare limited access to mental health care service can be hinder the treatment also, because the treatment for this mental illness is a long period it need long period of time. Okay, some factors like lifestyle factors like if someone consume drug and alcohol, then these type of addiction can trigger mental health disorders. Sometimes diet and exercise also play an important role. Okay, if you regularly eat unhealthy diet and not exercise well, that time also someone have this kind of problems. So a balanced diet is and regular exercise is very very important. It will enhance your mental well-being. And sleep is another type of factor. If continuous overnight work or overburdened, people sometimes feel mental anxiety type of symptoms, means mental illness. So or insomnia. Okay, insomnia means sleep disturbance. And this also affect our mood and our lifestyle and overall our well-being. Okay, similarly chronic stress means ongoing work stress, some kind of relationship stress, and some other sources can also take a toll on mental health. Okay, similarly some social factors like discrimination, these are again another type of factor. Means if someone experience discrimination or stigma related to their race, their gender, or their sexual orientation or other factors, they also affect or trigger our mental health. Okay, so these are the factors. Now let's discuss the challenges of challenges for this particular mental health care. First is stigmatization. Second, treatment discontinuation. Third, inadequate resources. So 1, 2, and 3. So mental health patients often refrain from seeking medical assistance due to pervasive stigma surrounding their conditions. This can have deep isolation, psychological impact. Okay, treatment discontinuation. Sometime treatment including counseling can take over a year, or medicine also. That kind of patient need to consume medicine in a prescribed way for a long period. If a patient discontinued that treatment, that time also it trigger your mental well-being. Okay, as you know, this type of counseling session and other things are really costly and forcing patient to withdraw. But this thing, discontinuity, can trigger patient's mental well-being. Okay, inadequate source is another type of challenge. Means inadequate training to doctor, how to treat these kind of patient. Resources at primary health cares is another type of challenge present in our society. Now, taking care of mental well-being, how we can take care of this particular thing. So we have to develop a particular routine and stick to it. This will help people to get into a healthy routine and make life more manageable. So we have to develop a strict routine in our life. Okay, practice self-care. Another important thing, by doing things that someone enjoy, like reading, like writing, like drawing, like dancing, going for a walk. These are some kind of things which comes under self-care category. Okay, sometimes self-care can also include taking time off work, getting enough sleep, eating well. Okay, psychiatrist, psychologist, licensed professional, clinic counselors, social worker, family physician can also manage mental illness with treatments such as therapy, counseling, and medications. So this is all about the today's video lecture. I hope most of the topic has been cleared now. Still you have any query, any doubt, you can write down to me comment box. We will discuss it later on. Till then, take care. Bye bye.